If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts related to the types of GD topics or the do's of group discussion? Yes, no, students, any doubts? Have you all understood it properly,
Yes, ma'am.
clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that means I can proceed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday, I had explained all the do's of participating in a GD and also some of the don'ts of participating in a GD. So, I shall continue with the don'ts of participating in a GD. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yesterday, I had already discussed some of the points. Do not overspeak, do not intervene and snatch others chance to speak. So whenever you participate in a group discussion, you should not speak too much, you should not snatch away the chance of any other participant, and you should not interrupt, okay? Because it's a discussion and everybody has the equal right, everybody should get the equal opportunity to share his or her opinion. So you are not supposed to snatch anyone else's chance or even interrupt when somebody else is saying something. If you have something to say, then wait for the other person to finish. Once the other person finishes, then you can say whatever you want to say. Next is don't argue and shout during the GD. So you are not supposed to argue, okay? This is not an argument. It is a discussion where you are supposed to provide your ideas, or you need to share your opinions, or whatever information you have. You need to provide everything in a polite manner, you need to share everything in a polite manner. You are not supposed to argue, or you are not even allowed to shout during the GD. If you argue or shout, you will not be selected. The next is do not talk irrelevant things and distract the discussion. So you're not supposed to talk about things which are not at all related to the topic. You should be logical and also talk about the things which are strictly related to the topic. Do not pose negative body gestures like touching the nose, leaning back on the chair, knocking the table with a pen, etc. So these are some of the things which you should not at all do when you participate in a group discussion. You should not mm, you should not touch your nose every now and then, or you should not lean back on the chair, or you should not knock the table with the pen or with your own hand. Okay, you are not supposed to do these kind of things, or you are not supposed to look here and there when you're having the discussion. You need to maintain eye contact. So positive body language is very important, and which includes positive body posture, body facial expressions, then gestures. Okay, so you must take care of everything related to gestures, related to your body language, related to the body posture, related to your expressions. Okay, do not pose anything which could send a wrong message. Next is do not display low self-confidence with shaky voice and trembling hands. So when you participate in a GD, in a group discussion, you need to sound very, very confident. You need to sound as well as look confident. So you're not supposed to display low self-confidence with shaky kind of voice or with trembling hands. You need to maintain a good body language, and you need to sound confident and also look confident when you participate in a group discussion. Do not try to dominate the discussion. You should not dominate the discussion, because you are a participant, okay? And the other participants also have equal rights. Okay, you are not the leader, you are not the leader there, you are not a person who is supposed to deliver a speech. It is a discussion, and every member in the group should get the equal opportunity, should get the equal chance in order to share their opinions and ideas. Okay, so never ever try to dominate the discussion. Next is, do not put others in an embarrassing situation by asking them to speak if they don't want. So if you ask somebody to say something, okay, that person might not want to say anything at that particular moment. So if you do that, this would be kind of very embarrassing. Okay, so that is why you are not supposed to put anyone in this kind of embarrassing situation. So once you have shared your opinion or your idea or whatever information you knew, once you have shared it, whoever wants to say will say after you. Okay, you don't have to point a finger towards anyone, you don't have to ask anybody to say anything related to it. Whoever wants to say will definitely say after you have stopped. After you stop, the person who wants to say something, who wants to share his or her opinion, will definitely come up and say. You don't have to ask a specific person to say something, or you don't have to just make the situation, you are not supposed to make the situation an embarrassing one, and you are not supposed to ask anyone to speak even if they don't want to speak. You're not supposed to do this, Mr. A, I want you to share your opinion now. No, you're not supposed to do this. Again, you are not the leader here, you are only a participant. Okay, once you are once you have given your opinion, once you are done, keep quiet. Whoever wants to say would come up and say. So these are some of the things which you should totally avoid when you participate in a group discussion. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever you participate in a group discussion, okay, whenever you are a part of a group discussion, do not mention any figure or any data unless you are absolutely sure about its accuracy. Okay, never ever mention any figure or any data unless and until you are absolutely sure about its accuracy. Because if you provide inaccurate figure or inaccurate data, then you will not be selected. Okay, so you should not provide any inaccurate figure or data. If you are unsure about something, do not at all mention about that particular thing. Okay, if you are totally sure about something, about a particular data's accuracy or about a particular figure's accuracy, then only you can include it. Okay, otherwise do not include any figure or any data which you are not sure, which you are not absolutely sure of. Okay, if you're not sure of something, do not mention it. Another very important thing that you should remember when you participate in a group discussion, you are not supposed to stay quiet. You are not supposed to keep quiet when you participate in a group discussion for too long. Yes, you need to give others also a chance to speak, but that does not mean you'll keep quiet. Okay, you have to speak, you need to be seen, you need to be active. Active participation is very, very necessary. Okay, so you are supposed to participate actively. You should not keep quiet. Okay, your contributions must be shorter. Yesterday I had already mentioned that your contribution should be shorter, it should not be very lengthy. Okay, you are not supposed to speak for 5-10 minutes at a stretch. Okay, you need to make your contribution shorter but frequent. Okay, your contributions must be shorter but it should be frequent, so that you are heard, so that you are seen, so that you can participate in the group discussion in an active manner. Okay, so these are some of the things you have to take care of and you have to keep in mind when you participate in a group discussion. And another very important thing which I would like to add is when you participate in a group discussion, okay, so somebody would be observing you, isn't it? There would be observer or a evaluator or examiner, okay, somebody would be there to notice you, to observe you, to evaluate your skills. There would be someone, okay. Now your discussion is with not your discussion is not with that particular person. You are not having a discussion with that particular person, okay. You are having the discussion with the members of your group. So when you're having the discussion with the members of your group, do not look here and there, or do not even look at the evaluator or the observer, because he or she is not a part of the discussion. So you are not supposed to look at him or her. You need to be involved in the discussion and you need to maintain eye contact and interact with the participants, with the members of your group, okay. If there may be 5 members, there may be 10 members as well, okay. Irrespective of the number, you have to connect with the members of your own group. You are not supposed to look at anybody else or even the observer. The observer or the person who would evaluate you will do his own duty, okay, will do his own work. You don't have to look at him. If you participate in the discussion properly and follow all the rules and regulations, and if you are heard and seen, then of course you will be selected. You will score good points, okay. So you don't have to look at the observer or any other person present in that particular area, okay. You just need to be involved with your own group and you need to be active and also need to maintain a connection with the members of your own group. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Any questions? Do you have any
No, ma'am.
questions for me regarding GD? With this, I actually finished the topic. If you have any kind of questions, you can ask me regarding GD. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Have you all understood? Because I cannot see any
Yes, ma'am.
question in the chat box and none of you have even asked me any questions. So I assume that it's clear to you all. Everything about GD, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, during GD we can't carry something like we write. We'll speak,
Devjyoti, please be a
right?
little louder, unable to hear you.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, during GD we can't carry something like we are gonna speak. We can't write.
What do you carry? What kind of things?
Carry like a piece of paper. We wrote something on it that we're gonna speak. The group discussion. We can't write.
Uh, pen or paper? You can do. You can carry. You can carry
Okay.
a pen and a paper, okay, but the pen should be in your pocket, or if you are carrying a paper or a diary, okay, it should not be on the it should not lie on the table, okay, should not lie on the table. If there's a table in front of you, it should not lie there on the table, or you are not supposed to use that pen to make any kind of noise. So you can keep it in your pocket, okay. Even if you're not supposed to carry big notebooks or something like that, but you can carry a pen, of course, you can carry a paper, but you have to
Ma'am,
keep it in your pocket.
Ma'am, can we carry a paper with something written on it?
What will you write any before the GD? Because you will get the topic just before the discussion. Okay, the discussion will start once the topic is given to you. Okay, so you do not get any chance to prepare for that particular topic, prepare something related to that topic, because you are given the topic just before the GD. So the next topic is interview skills. Okay, this is a very important topic, so please concentrate. Okay, please listen to the lecture properly. So I am sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So the topic is interview skills. I am going to teach you what you should do when you go for an interview, what you should not do when you go for an interview, and how are you supposed to communicate with the interviewer, and the different types of interview and the different types of questions, and how are you supposed to prepare yourself for an interview. And also I will be discussing with you all the common interview questions, which will help you to know the questions and also think of the answers. Okay, and I will also teach you how to make your resume. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to talk about is what is an interview. Okay, an interview is a formal meeting. An interview can be considered as a formal meeting or a formal conversation. Okay, in a in an interview, at least two people communicate with one another. Okay, at least two people are present in one room so that they can have a meeting, or so that they can have a conversation, or so that they can communicate with one another. Okay, in an interview there is an interviewer and there is a interviewee. Okay, the interviewer is the person who asks questions. Okay, the interviewer hires the people, and the interviewee is the one who has applied for the job, who wants to work in that organization, and therefore he has to answer, he or she, the interviewee, has to answer to the questions of the interviewer. So in an interview, there is an interviewee, there is an interviewer, and they communicate with one another so that the interviewer can select the right candidate, so that the interviewer can evaluate the candidates on the basis of their skills and select the right candidate. And that is the basic concept of interview. Okay, is it clear, students? It's a formal conversation between two people, sometimes between two people, and sometimes it may be in between more than two people as well. Okay, an interview can have more than two people as well. And it's a formal conversation, and an interview is conducted to select the right candidate for the vacant position. Okay, an interview is conducted to find the right candidate for the vacant position in the organization. Is it clear? Is the concept of interview clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not write down your roll numbers in the chat box. I have not yet taken the attendance. I will do it after some time. Next is, what is interview skill? What is interview skill? Interview skill is your ability to interact with the interviewer properly. It's your ability to interact or communicate with the interviewer effectively. As an interviewee, as a candidate, you must be able to communicate your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, your skills, your abilities, your qualification, so that the interviewer selects you. Okay, so you must have the ability to communicate with the interviewer, and you must be able to communicate all your skills or your abilities, the required qualification. Okay, you have to, in short, impress the interviewer and convince the interviewer that you are the right person for that particular position because you have the required knowledge, qualification, all the necessary skills, okay, and you will be able to manage all the responsibilities properly. You must be able to convince these things so that the interviewer selects you. Okay, so in an interview, whenever you go for an interview, you must be able to communicate effectively. You must be able to communicate properly, or else you will not be selected. Students, just a minute. So in an interview, you must be able to communicate properly. If you're unable to communicate properly, then you won't be selected. So you must have good communication skills in order to get selected. Okay. Now let us see what are the different types of interviews. There are various types of interviews. Now you need to know the types of interviews because in the future you might be called for any of these types of interview. Nowadays, in each and every recruitment process, there are 2-3 rounds of interview. So when there are 2-3 rounds of interview, apart from the personal interview or the face-to-face interview round, there are other rounds of interview as well. So if you don't know about the different types of interviews, then you will also not be able to communicate during the interview if you are unaware of actually the rules and regulations, or what actually you should do when you face that kind of an interview. Okay, so that is why you need to know the types of interviews. The first type of interview is telephonic interview. Telephonic interview is of course conducted using the telephone. The interviewer and the interviewee communicates with one another over the telephone. Okay, so the interviewee or the candidate would get a call from the recruiter's end, and the communication takes place, or the interaction takes place over the telephone. Okay, Now, telephonic interview is one of the first rounds of interview. Okay, this is again one of the initial round or initial process to shortlist the candidates. Okay, now because it's an initial round of interview, so you have to be able to communicate very nicely so that you are selected, because the competition here is too high. In every round of interview you have to communicate properly, effectively. Just a minute, students. Okay, so in each and every round of interview you must be able to communicate properly. In the initial round of interviews too, you must be able to communicate properly, because the competition is high and you cannot take it casually. Do not think in this way, this is the first round of interview, this is an initial process, so it would be very easy, so I can take it casually. Do not do such things. Do not take it in that way. Do not take it casually. Okay, because each and every round of interview is important and you must take it seriously, even if it is the first round or the last round. Every round must be taken seriously. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, this interview is conducted using the telephone, so you have to interact with the interviewer over the telephone, over the phone. Now you might be informed about the date and time prior to the interview, and in that case you need to be at a place where you are able to interact with the interviewer conveniently. Okay, so it's better to stay at home at your own room and interact with the interviewer, receive the call and interact with the interviewer, because nobody will be disturbing you, nobody will disturb you at that particular moment. If you are not at your home, you might not be able to have you might not be able to interact with the interviewer properly. Okay, so that is why if you already know the date and time of the interview, then do stay at home. Okay, if you are unaware of the date and time, if they don't let you know regarding the date and time of the interview, then but you know that you're going to get a call after you apply for the job, you know that you're going to get a call, then what you have to do is you have to make sure that you are kind of very alert. Okay, you are alert, you must stay alert so that whenever you get a call you can receive it, because if you miss the call or if you are unable to receive the call, then you will not get back the call again. Okay, and you'll miss that opportunity. So whenever you get a call, even if you are very busy, please take out some time and just take the call and just interact with the interviewer. Okay, if you do not want to miss that opportunity, do not say that I will call you back later on, or I will please call me back after some time, I'm busy right now. Do not say these things. Okay, and in a telephonic interview you must be able to communicate properly, be a good listener, be a good speaker, and also everything is dependent on your voice, so you have to be able to communicate your thoughts, your opinions properly, because the other person cannot see you, they can only hear you, the other person can only hear you. So everything is dependent on the way how you talk. So make sure that you talk properly, make sure that your voice is loud enough, do not shout, but it should be loud, and whatever you say it should be clear. Okay, so that's what a telephonic interview is, and that's what you're supposed to do when you get this kind of calls. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so tomorrow, when are you free? Tomorrow morning, do you have class? In the morning, do you have any class?
Yes, ma'am.
we have a class from 9:15 and
Huh?
10:15. And we have a class on 9:15, another one on 10:15.
Okay.
We are free after 11.
After 11 you are free, right? Okay, I actually want to take a class. I want to take an extra class. So if I take a class, then I will drop a message in the morning in the group, okay, in the WhatsApp group. So after 11, you are free, right? So I might take a class tomorrow, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
ম্যাম এটাৰ পৰা EVS আছে
At our EVS আছে, no? So 11:15 to 12:15, you are free. Then from 1, you have EVS. 2 at 2. Are you free at 2? Okay, if I take a class, then I'll
মেম
let
11ত লগ নেকি ল'লে মানে একচুৱেলি পুৰা লং ক্লাছ চলি যাব মানে মৰ্ণিঙৰ পৰা 2 হৈ গ'লে
Acha, so you are free at
মানে
11?
কন্টিনিউ তেনেকে ক্লাছ হৈ যাব
Uh-huh.
ল'লে 11ত লৈ লওক একেবাৰে হৈ যাব
Okay, if I take a class, then I'll let you know. I'll take at 11 only, okay? If I take a class, then I'll let you know. I'll drop a message in the morning itself that I'm going to take a class at 11, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So that's all for today, students. If you have any doubts, you can please ask me. Is it clear? Have you all understood whatever I have explained today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have the screenshot of the list of participants, so I'm not going to call your roll numbers again. That's all for today, students. Thank you, everyone. And if I take a class, I'll let you know in the morning tomorrow, okay? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.